So welcome back. We will hear just a few words from the moderators of the group discussions so that we will know what actually happened in those groups where we didn't participate ourselves. And I will start with Christer.
Yes, we were in the RG game design, and the first finding was that none take any sort of notice, or we don't think about RG when we do games, including the stuff we do at Paf. So that's it's not part of the agenda. I think we had a good discussion where we talked about alcohol versus this thing that triggers us, and we had some input from research. And I think where we ended is that there are lots of tools available in the supplier's offerings already. So, but it must be the operator's ultimate decision on how to use these tools. You know, you can remove bet levels, you can make them spin slower. All these things are sort of available. And then us as an operator says, yes, but if we do it, it's going to cost us a fortune, so everybody needs to do it at the same time. So I think we ended up in blaming the authorities, that they need to put some laws in place. And if they do so, I think we all are happily will take a step back from this revenue. And the suppliers, even though they get a rev share on all this revenue, would happily also not take that money. You know, it's kind of blood money. And I think we all realize that. But it has to be done simultaneously for everybody. Otherwise, it's going to be like with Madeleine's mother. They're going to end up somewhere else, which is probably a darker place. And that is not going to make anyone happier. So that's where we come up.
Thank you very much. Sari, what did you come up with?
So we come up based on our discussion. We formulated our tips for service providers how to really move forward. Concrete tips how to engage close relatives or significant others to treatment or preventive force to identify gambling patterns early enough and follow up whatever you collect the data, because one of our question was, can we get the gambler to share the data with the close significant others? We concluded in our group that yes, we can if we empower or motivate the gambler or player to share data early enough, not when the problem is in hand. So that could be one solution. And when we ask any data, we follow up and show empathy and interest that we are worried about. If we are worried, we follow up and give tips and advice. Information about CSOs, concerned significant others, role in treatment has been proven. So when we engage close significant others into treatment, retention rate drops, it's better, success is better for a gambler to stop gambling or reduce gambling. Therefore, research shows that maybe when we engage the close significant others as a preventive force, that could be also helpful. And then the last tip was to ask perhaps permission to contact close significant other if there is a problem. So that's what we concluded. So we had a good discussion, so I enjoyed it thoroughly. So that's how I would summarize this.
Thank you very much. How about you, Goran? Did you come up with something interesting?
No, nothing at all, actually. We just had some more fika and took it easy. No, we discussed and we realized that the current marketing situation works still. But it's something going on. And it's more complex today than it was before, because or at least I think that before, marketing and gambling was easier than it is today, because the customer value is going down and the market spending is going up, so it's a pretty difficult equation. So I think that was our conclusion. And we had a media house, and we had some regulated operators and other operators. So we had a good discussion, and everybody feels that something is going on, but not sure what. And as you said, Christer, I think we also think that the rules for marketing should be implemented at the same time for everybody, because for somebody to be very brave and to go their own way could be good, and it also could result in something else, maybe. Maybe a hard comeback after that. Thank you.
Thank you. Something is going on, but we don't know really what. That's it. Yeah. It's a strong feeling of that, I would say. Something is going on, but we don't really know what. We don't really know where it will end for this sector. But it's definitely something going on, and I think that's signified by the fact that we are behind schedule on this conference, because we wanted to discuss these things so much that we actually ran out of time. We started a little bit late, but it was also our own fault, because we had such interesting discussions, and you had so many important and good comments also, which is exactly what I know that Paf wanted from out of this seminar too. And I would just like to say a few final words with where I will challenge just a little bit what you were saying now, because I've been discussing sustainability issues for so many years, and I've heard so many times from different sectors that we cannot do anything ourselves. We need to wait for everyone to do it at exactly the same time and exactly the same thing. But that is usually, I must say, that experience, it says that it's very, very difficult to get everyone moving in the same direction at the same length at exactly the same time. And most good changes that has occurred in the society in the last decades, and probably for all time in history, has started by someone taking a step first and the others following. So just think about that. I will not say how big a step it should be, but to start a process of change, it's usually necessary that someone will take the first step or the first steps, and then the change will sort of roll on. So that's my challenging final words. Now I will give the floor to Christer to say a few final words of his.
Thank you, Maria. Big thank you for your efforts here today. Hasn't she been great? Yes. And you should, of course, have a book and this envelope we talked so much about.
Thank you.
So much. Thank you so much. So this is the end of the first phase. You know, I'm very happy. We had easily 20 or 30 questions. You know, that was like our success measure. How many questions do we get from the auditorium? So I'm super happy. Did you enjoy this? Was it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're all coming back.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for your efforts today. Thank you.